in various ways. Grace generates something in our lives. It generates a program of renunciation. Look at verse 12 again, please. And notice what it says. Teaching us that denying, I want to start with the word denying, because that word denying simply means to forsake or to renounce. In this verse, verse 12, it reads this way literally in the original Greek. Teaching us that having renounced, he's taken us back into the past. It's a previous renunciation. And so the believer is a person in whose heart there has been a renunciation of sin already. And then that is to be promoted and fomented and nurtured and cherished and developed as the time goes by. From the moment you were saved, if you are truly saved, there was a renouncing of something. That's what the Lord's telling you. Having renounced. There's a test. Have you renounced the old life? Have you turned away from the old sins? But that's what he's showing us here. Having denied it, renounced it. There's been a renunciation of sin already in the heart of the true child of God. And those are the two issues that are mentioned here. Ungodliness and worldly lusts. Now those are not repetitive words or repetitive thoughts. Ungodliness refers to the fallen nature of man. The product of that fallen nature then is worldly lust. That's the meaning. You renounce the old corrupt nature that's within you. You realize before God you've got a heart of wickedness, and that heart produces these worldly lusts that are mentioned in the next little phrase. Worldly lusts coming out of the ungodly heart of man. But when grace takes over in the heart, it teaches its recipients, it teaches the ones who experience it to take the definite step of renouncing, denying the ungodliness and the worldliness of the behavior of the unregenerate in the world all around. What I'm saying to you is this, and you need to listen to this very, very carefully because it's the Word of God. When there's grace in the heart, the renunciation of sin will be a natural thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Naturally then, the child of God will renounce sin once there's grace in the heart. If there's no grace in the heart, you can reform your life, you can say whatever you like, you can do whatever you like, but there's no grace in the heart, you'll never renounce sin. You'll never turn away from it. That's why you need to be saved. That's why you need Christ, the embodiment of grace, because he then introduces this one who's the personification of grace. He then begins the program of grace in your heart and enables you to renounce the world and the flesh and the devil. If you've never done that, it's because there's no grace in your heart. Oh, a heart devoid of grace cannot renounce what grace hates and what grace rejects. You need the grace. You need the Lord in your heart. You need the Savior in your soul.